Welcome back, everybody, to Movies and Beyond. I'm Kyle. That is Callum. Callum, how are we doing today?
Doing great, mate.
I don't care.
All right.
Anyways, we're doing something a little bit different. We normally have four topics regarding movies and TV shows. Today, I thought we could change it up. I'm introducing the show, and the first topic is it's gaming related. So, we're getting a new update for the Spider-Man PlayStation game, Spider-Man 2, on the PS5. That is coming out tomorrow, as of right now. I just wanted to talk about it because I know Callum really enjoyed the game. I was a bit on the fence of it. It didn't wholly satisfy me, and Callum said to me as well, like, "Oh, I feel like my expectations are a bit too high." I don't think it's that, but there's a new update coming. It's bringing New Game Plus. It's bringing some new suits, and it's also bringing a. It's not like a. It's like a charity pack where you get two suits for the game. So you get one for Miles and one for Peter. But yeah, are you looking forward to New Game Plus, and will you be obviously playing it, Callum?
So, I'm pretty sure I've still got Spider-Man downloaded on my PlayStation. It's like you need to have a sort of game like that so you can just go on and swing.
Do a bit of the combat as well, because the combat's really good.
I think where I am at the moment with juggling life and stuff like that, I've been really struggling to find time to play Helldivers with you as well. But I think this weekend, when I've got time, I'll put it on. You know, like you said, it's been 4 months since the game came out.
Which is the big gripe about it. It's 4 months. It's 4 months too late because, you know, we've got loads of games coming that have come out in that time. Obviously, Helldivers is the biggest one out of them. You kind of want to devote more of your time to playing that rather than replaying a game for just some additional content.
Helldivers had an update today as well.
It did, yeah.
And to me, that's all right. Yeah, I can put Spider-Man on. And the first time I played it, I wanted to play it because I wanted to get through the story and know the story. But now, let's say it gets to this weekend, I finish work, and it's like, I'll turn my PlayStation on, put Spider-Man on, start swinging around. As soon as I get a message from any one of my friends on PlayStation, Helldivers, ? I'm going to be turning it off.
Yeah.
To go play that.
Yeah.
And now, and this is a Spider-Man topic. I don't want to make it. I just want to talk about Helldivers all the time. So I'm gonna spin it round to Spider-Man, swing it back round to Spider-Man. I might say, yes, I will play this game through again.
What are you excited about though? Is it the additional like extra bits of content? Because I know it's not really content. They're just adding some minor things that I think should have been in the game day one. Like mission replayability.
Yeah, that should have been there. Like I think one of the first things I'm going to do is go play that Venom mission again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree. I think that's one of the better missions, and I feel like it was massively wasted. I see a lot of people. I'm kind of the same as you now, as in. So when the first game came out, I had loads of hopes for the additional content that they'd add. Like the stuff. I feel like they fulfilled me quite well with that. The DLC, which was amazing, and it took them forever, but they introduced the Raimi suit, which I'm a Raimi fan. I know you wasn't too bothered about the extra stuff, like the DLC, the added suits and things like that.
Which I have played. I have played since.
You have played, yeah, obviously. But to me, it's just kind of like I feel like it's a bit too, when Insomniac release a game by the how it seems is they release a game and then they don't really do anything afterwards. I've not had much experience with Insomniac video games, except I have had a bit of experience. I played Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, you were really excited for that. I remember.
That was I 100%ed that game. It was so funny and the combat was amazing. If you haven't played it, go play it. It's a fucking great time. But when Spider-Man 2 came out, I was so excited. But I feel like Venom was massively wasted. The black suit a little bit wasted as well. There's some things in it I don't quite like. You know, the feature of the metal arms that Peter gets are cool, but I want a bit to like I want to be able to turn them off kind of thing. And the story didn't grip me as much
Yeah.
because of just how comic booky it went. The big heavy guys that you fight. Like the big guy, big Venom symbiote dudes. Those were supposed to be Riot. Apparently, that was supposed to be a boss fight, Riot, and they just changed it into a mini boss, I guess you could say, throughout the game. But yeah, I know you rated this quite highly. What did you give Spider-Man 2 anyways?
Can't remember for the fucking life of me. I think it was probably an 8.
An 8. That's fair. I give it a 7.5 in my review, which I won't link below because I didn't do one. But yeah,
you did do a Spider-Man review.
Did I?
We did.
It's
on the channel, yeah.
I can't remember. It was a long weekend, that. It was a long weekend.
We didn't do it on that weekend, either. We did it the weekend after because we went to Liverpool, didn't we?
We did do it, yeah. I can't remember what. Anyways, I'm excited for this update, though. It's bringing in some stuff that should have been in there day one.
Is it like the suit is now going to match the abilities as well? Something like that, from what I've heard.
Yeah, so...
See, that's one thing that pisses me off. It's like, I've got the black suit, but he's got the white symbiote powers. It's like...
Which I get they want to keep the consistency with how the story works, but it doesn't really make sense when you put in the black, when they're giving you the black suit at the end of the game as a reward to use whenever, because you're in the end game, it doesn't really matter. And then they keep the white Venom powers, that color, when it's like, oh no, I want them to be
just out there slinging jizz everywhere.
Yeah, and it's just a bit. It's something that should have been in there day one because at the end of the day, it's like. Miles Morales, the spin-off game which they did, which is I think is miles better than this game, to be completely honest with you. I think it is the superior game. It had all these great features from day one, and the only thing they added to that game was like a nice extra suit for Miles.
I agree with you on somewhat. It's just I wouldn't say it's a better, like from a performance and gameplay standpoint for me, that's where Spider-Man stood out as well. The things where it kind of failed for me was like, story was a bit short, and I really thought we'd be playing it a bit longer. It felt quite short, especially compared to how long the first one was in comparison to it. But Spider-Man 2 were very short.
I think there's a lot of stuff on the cutting room floor that they just did, which I don't understand why, because this game probably had like a much bigger budget than the previous two they did. I honestly think, I don't want to, I've not thoroughly looked into this, but in a way, I don't want to say this, but I think it's partially because of the PlayStation 5 obviously coming out, and they kind of had to bring out this game, which was Miles Morales, which, if I'm not mistaken, was supposed to be, an extra DLC, but they turned it into a full spin-off game, which I don't mind. I'm happy with that, but I feel like they put far too much resources in.
And it wasn't a full-price game as well, was it, when it came out?
It wasn't, no. Which I appreciate. I like that, but I feel like it's partly the PS5's fault that the reason Spider-Man 2 kind of just didn't have enough time in the oven. I think, at least, because it doesn't feel feature complete. Like I say, Miles Morales is a spin-off game of the first one, and it had all these features, mission replayability, and obviously, all the suits that we wanted, kind of thing. A lot of the suits in Spider-Man 2, I don't really like, and they've taken out some really good ones from the first game as well. So, yeah, and the side content as well. I thought they were going to step it up and make it better. They didn't. It's better, but not by much. There's a couple of, there's like one... I'd say there's like 2 or 3 standout missions, but other than that, it's all a bit bland. Yeah. I'm excited for the update, though. I obviously will be playing it. I love Spider-Man. I just wasn't too hot on Spider-Man 2. That's not to say the performances were bad. That's not to say the game is shit by any means. I still would say go out and buy this game. It is amazing in its own right. It's just, when you compare it to the previous two, it's like, it's missing features. It's not pushed the boundaries. It's played it very safe. It's a safe sequel. That's the best way I can describe it.
I think,
and I kind of wish they didn't do that, because they did Miles Morales, which is like, he's not a very well known and established character, but they made a spin-off game about him, and it was fucking amazing.
I think when they do 3 and they're comfortable on the PlayStation 5 as a system, I think they're going to really realise what they can do. I think they're also going to open some more of the boroughs.
Yeah. With that being said, though, where they left the stories in a weird spot, like they introduced Silk, they didn't do it in a good way. Like, Miles Morales was introduced in such a great way, because he was a part of the story and you could play as him. Yeah, the gameplay segments got a little bit tedious. If you replay the game, they are a bit slow, but they're great experiences. They're great additions to the story, and it helps just pace it out for me, at least. In Spider-Man 2, there's nothing really like that, other than the Peter stuff and Harry, which is great. I enjoyed, but at the end of the day, I just wish that they kind of had a better view of where we're going next, because now it just seems, not because it's unknown or you have to theorize or whatever, it's just like, oh shit, what are they actually going to do here? Because let's not forget, Peter's got, anti-venom powers now, and, Miles is now the main Spider-Man by the sounds of it.
Which I'm fine with.
I'm fine with, yeah.
I'm fine with Miles being the main Spider-Man.
Why make Peter more powerful and then be like, okay, I'm going to fucking retire now? It's like, no. He's probably got all the energy and power in the world. Yeah, it just doesn't add up.
But he's never had time for himself, and now he's got Miles who can do it.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen to one of them.
Probably. I think, realistically, this isn't going to make a perfect game, but they should have, for me at least, they should have made Venom. They shouldn't have killed off Venom and wasted him away. They should have turned Venom into anti-Venom, and then after the game, sort of towards the end of the game, you get to play as anti-Venom. I think that'll be very cool, because you got to think, all these people and all these articles and stuff like that, they're all saying, oh, a Venom DLC, a Venom standalone game. Did you even play the game? Venom's gone. Venom's kaput. He's dead. Yeah, you can have Carnage, which is in the game, like a teaser, but you're not going to get a Venom spin-off game or anything like that. So I feel like if they introduced anti-Venom, it would have opened up some nicer possibilities for gameplay as well. You get to play as Venom, because, like you said, Callum, playing as Venom was so much fun. And again, it's just wasted potential. But anyways, the update's coming out. It's adding some features, should have been there. Are you going to be playing it? Do you like Spider-Man 2? If you did, cool. If you didn't,
cool.
Yeah. Just give us a comment. Tell us what you're excited for about the update.
Yeah, let's just sit on the fence the whole way through this. Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
Right. San Diego Comic-Con will not have an appearance or a panel from DC Studios. James Gunn will not be there. I think he got asked on his social media of choice. I don't use it, so I don't know. He was asked if he'd be there, and he says, no, I'm going to be shooting. Now, this to me is very interesting, because if they don't go to this Comic-Con, when Superman Legacy, well, just Superman now, when Superman comes out next year, they would have already missed. I think it's just before Comic-Con. So yeah, it might be the same week or the week of. I'm not too sure. But it's cutting it very close. So this is their last Comic-Con they can go to before they introduce the universe. Now, you don't need to do big panels and big, look at what we're doing. This is what we're doing, everyone. Look at this.
We already know.
Now, DC will probably be able to do something themselves. The DC. They could do like a little event. Marvel's done events before in the past. They got everyone in the... just 2014 when this happened. They got everyone in the El Capitan Theatre and just announced a slate from Civil War all the way to Infinity... to Endgame. It's like, this is what we're doing. Things change on the way. James Gunn's got a pretty solid idea of what he's doing, but they're not going to be there. And I don't think they need to be there to promote the film. The sort of era of Comic-Con and going and announcing things, I think that's kind of done. Which is sad to me, because I want to be there for something like that.
I'm going to disagree. I don't think it's that. I just think Marvel, like you said, Marvel's obviously having a bit of a rough patch. They're trying to fix things behind the scenes. DC is just starting again. So, if I'm not mistaken, was there was there an event for Iron Man 1 at
Yeah,
Comic-Con?
they were there at Comic-Con.
Okay.
That's the stuff that were getting people hyped.
No.
Now,
well, either way, it doesn't entirely matter. I don't think it's going away, like you say. I think we will get them.
None of them went last year as well.
No, I know, but I'm saying it's not the be all end all either way.
No. It's definitely not. And to me, if I was Marvel Studios right now, I capitalise on this. I go, right, what have we got coming out? What do we know that's good? I think they'll be done with the Captain America reshoots by then. They could at least get the cast of the Fantastic Four together, for some photos and stuff like that. And just build and set the record straight. I think Marvel needs to come out this year and set the record straight with what's going on, because it was a rough year for them last year. And I think Kevin Feige needs to get up and walk on that stage and go, right, here's what we're doing.
Sorry, guys, we fucked up.
Why?
Check this shit out. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to do. He's going to be like, sorry, guys, we fucked up.
Well, not
okay.
Even that. He needs to set the record straight with what's happening with Kang in some regard. Like, not mention it directly, but say, look, this is the direction we're going in now. We've heard what the fans want. They don't have to admit any wrongdoing, which is business 101. Don't do that. But just say, look, we want to go in a more creative direction. We feel like this would benefit the story more. This is what we're doing. And yeah, I see that working. Now, will DC not being there give Marvel a big weekend? Yes, absolutely. But James Gunn's shooting right now. Comic-Con's in July. I think June or July. All James Gunn has to do then is put out a teaser that weekend for Superman. I keep wanting to say his legacy after it. Just need to get in the...
Just say it. I mean, it's, it's fine.
All James has to do then is put out a teaser for Superman. Now, James and Kevin are good friends. I think they both know as well. They're not competition to each other.
Yeah, which I'm really glad about, because, if DC decided to get their head on right and they found their Kevin Feige, who had nothing to do with Marvel, unlike James Gunn, it would have been a very... I'm not going to say like toxic, but it's going to be like, it's kind of like a Sony Marvel thing,
which we've seen in the past. Kevin Feige has always been so diplomatic when it comes to other comic book movie studios like DC, and he said, "Look, when one of us is winning, we're all winning. If DC bring out a good comic book movie, guess what? Oh, I can't wait for the next comic book movie. Marvel, let's see what it is." But definitely in the very early stages of DC, the DC EU, they had all Justice League stars on stage, and I think it was like Jason Momoa, who I love, by the way. I really like Jason Momoa. But Jason Momoa, I think he was on stage going, "Fuck Marvel." It's like, now I get it, it's just trying to get the crowd hyped. But yeah, I like this. No, let's build together. Because we're going to build a sustainable ecosystem. Bob Iger's just been out recently and he said what we've been saying for nearly a year now on the channel. There isn't superhero fatigue. There's quality fatigue. Bob Iger said, if you make something good, people will go out and see it. Look at Oppenheimer. It was good. That film nearly made $1 billion. I don't know why he didn't mention Guardians of the Galaxy and go, if you make a good film, people will go out and see it. Look at Guardians of the Galaxy's box office success. But, yeah, that was just where one behind last year on Oppenheimer. So, who knows? Do you think... Right, I'll ask you this. Do you think Marvel will be at Comic-Con? Or
maybe,
do you think they're going to skip it and do their own event? Because I think it's a D23 year. So a D23, they do it every 2 years.
If it's D23 this year, then yeah, they won't be at Comic-Con. Well, they might be. They might be pulling out all the stops, like you say. The Comic-Con for these big companies, Marvel, DC, it's not been as big as of late. You know, in the last couple of years, there's nothing really been umphed by Comic-Con, and I don't want to say it's because, or like the reason you say it's the stop announcing things at these Comic-Cons, but I think it'd be cool if they pulled out all the guns and be like, yeah, we're at Comic-Con, yeah, we're at D23, or whatever it is. You know, just make some cool, you know, you don't really have to announce anything, just show us the cast all together, you know? Get a panel up there. People love panels.
Like, how fun was that Avengers Age of Ultron panel?
Like,
I watch that like from time to time because it's fun to watch. All the actors coming out on stage. But yeah, Marvel could do like a Silver Surfer casting, a Doctor Doom casting, a Galactus casting, somewhat along them lines. You know, oh, here's your Avengers lineup for Avengers 5. Anything like that. And DC not being there gives them nothing to be compared to. Because as much as I love Marvel, and I love Kevin Feige, I think we might be... I don't want to say we're going to be in the era of DC taking over in popularity, but I think we're going to start getting a lot of quality stuff from James Gunn at DC Studios. And this is good because this means Marvel's going to have to kick it up a notch as well. Because they know exactly what this man is capable of. So, yeah. No DC at Comic-Con, but they'll do some of themselves. They'll make their own event. It's like Apple did back in the day. Apple were like, why would we come to your event? We could just do something ourselves and make it bigger. And everyone seems to be going off that now.
Shit, I mean, it works.
Yep, I'd love to see James Gunn in his Steve Jobs turtleneck. Just going, here is the new DC. Yeah, I'd have liked to have seen DC there as well. I would have liked to have had a Batman casting. Oh, yeah.
One at a time, you know. Don't spill all your beans, you know. You've just gotten Superman, you've gotten Supergirl. So maybe they want to save some bits.
Yeah. You know why they ain't told us yet? Because they're going to go woke and broke and Batman's going to be a woman.
Oh, no.
Oh. Right. Let's go on to the next topic. House of the Dragon, Season 2. We've got a release month. Not a release date. Are you watching porn right now?
No, I'm just flicking through some news.
June is the release month for House of the Dragon, which is interesting because that's when The Boys Season 4... Fucking hell, The Boys Season 4, fucking hell. That's when The Boys Season 4 is also coming out. Now, do you think what would that make it? Just short of 2 years since the original season came out? Are you ready for this? You've been rewatching Game of Thrones.
I'm ready. Well, I'm on final season, but yeah, I'm ready.
You're about to rewatch House of the Dragon. We're going to be having House of the Dragon watch parties when this comes out. You know they've cut it down to 8 episodes, don't you?
I think you remember. I remember you telling me one time.
Yeah,
I might have forgotten.
Wait, more budget for dragon fights. And when this season's over as well, we will be halfway through the show, like completely, because George R. R. Martin's already said 4 seasons for House of the Dragon. That's what he wants to do.
Do you know it'd be funny if they, you know, because I know George R. R. Martin said he would have loved Game of Thrones, the original show, to go on for more than 8 seasons. You know, have loads more episodes.
Yeah.
I think it'd be I think it'd be funny, not funny, but like ironic that if, you know, George R. R. Martin says that, oh no, I want this show to be less seasons, and it ends up getting more than Game of Thrones.
Well, do you know the annoying thing is with this final season's Game of Thrones? They was offered 2 more. Well, no, they was offered what they wanted, and they went to the showrunners, and this is 2 more seasons. We're gonna do 2 more seasons, and then there's like, right, yep, 2 more 10-episode seasons. Yeah, we're booking you in for that. No. Season 7's gonna be 7 episodes, and season 8 is gonna be 6 episodes. Huh? What? I would think as a storyteller, you'd want to take as much time as you can.
Yeah, I know that they got offered to do something with Star Wars, and then that didn't happen, obviously, because it's fucking Star Wars.
Yeah, because Kathleen Kennedy can't hold anything down. So.
And then they got offered to do something at Netflix, which I don't even know if they've done anything.
Yes, the NCU, the Netflix Cinematic Universe.
I still respect them. Obviously, they gave us some great early seasons.
And I haven't read the Game of Thrones books, so I'm not going to sit here and go, but you can definitely tell with the people who aren't, because they go, when did the show start getting bad then? And they go, when they stopped following the books, and you go, alright, did you like season 6? Yeah, probably one of the best ones, actually. Alright, none of that's in the fucking books. And Battle of the Bastards and The Winds of Winter as an episode, the final episode of that season, are like the highest rated episodes of the show. And that's...
Which is sad, because obviously I know we're talking about Game of Thrones here, but I just want to say one thing as well. It's really fucking disappointed that the Long Night episode, you know, where they fight at Winterfell, they fight the White Walkers. I watched the behind the scenes of that after I saw the episodes, and I don't know why I did. It was just on, and I was in a very Game of Thrones-y mood. So I watched the behind the scenes. It looked like they put so much effort, like, in the practical stuff and everything like that. And then you watch the episode, and you can't even fucking see half of it. And there's so much plot armor, it'd fucking just, like, it'd give a knight a stiffy. It's just, you know, you can't see anything in the episode, but it's weird, just show us.
The criminal thing about that is Jon Snow didn't kill the Night King.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, do you see House of the Dragon falling to the same curses that Game of Thrones did? Or do you think they've got it locked down, they know the story they want to tell, and it's a smaller story than the Song of Ice and Fire books that they're telling?
I think so, yeah. I have a lot more confidence in this than I do with, well, you know, saying this now, but I have a lot more confidence compared to, say, Game of Thrones, because, yeah, like you said, it's shorter. They don't really have to experiment and extend it. If they do extend it, fair enough. Just get somebody on it that's going to look after and take care of the show. You know,
yeah.
That's all I ask. You know, if they do want to continue it past it and they want to do their own thing, I am fine with that. But it has to be someone who's going to stick with it and not fuck off when they get a deal elsewhere.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I get a lot of flack for this from people that I work with, and when I tell them, House of the Dragon Season 1 is better than Game of Thrones Season 1. Season by season, I think House of the Dragon's better than Game of Thrones Season 1. Now, Game of Thrones Season 1 starts off very slow. I would say by the end of House of the Dragon Season 1, we are at a point that's like halfway through Season 6, in like that story's terms. It's like, right, oh fuck, we're going to fucking war now.
Yeah, they don't hold back.
So, yeah. But yeah, no, I'm excited. Got a lot of good stuff coming out in June. We got House of the Dragon Season 2, The Boys Season 4. The month after that, we're getting Deadpool 3. So, I think we're in for a good year, entertainment-wise. Right. Last topic.
Let's go to the opposite end of that spectrum.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say we're in for a good year. This is what we started with. Madam Web, we've said our thoughts on the film. We're not going to sit here and shit on it for 20 minutes. We'll do it for 10. No.
I'll do it in 5 seconds. It's a shit film. Don't watch it.
All right, that's it. We have had some comments lately from Dakota Johnson. Usually you see with films like this that fall apart very quickly, that the actors are very quick. I don't want to say quick to turn on it. They are very quick to acknowledge, especially in this day and age of social media, they're very quick to acknowledge if they've been in a shit film. Sydney Sweeney on SNL. Yeah, just like, most of you have seen me in this and Euphoria. And none of you saw me in yeah.
You definitely haven't seen me in Madam Web.
Yes, yeah, so I wasn't listening to what she was saying in that video, but what Dakota Johnson's come out and said is she doesn't think like she'll ever do another film like this. She says she doesn't work in films like that, which is quite upsetting. I know you were saying you hadn't really seen much of the stuff she's in.
Yeah, I didn't say good. I said I don't really care because I've not really seen her in anything else. For me, this is Sony has turned actors away now from getting roles in the MCU or the DC universe or any other genre film like that, like a Star Wars film or something like that. They're definitely not getting anyone for their film.
Dakota's great. I was telling Kyle she was in a film called Peanut Butter Falcon with Shia LaBeouf. I think that film's great.
Sorry, Shia LaBeouf. You said that so quick.
I think that film's great, and I think that's a nice film for you to watch tonight when you're going to bed. No, in fact, I've told you to watch Shogun. You need to watch Shogun. So, yeah, that's what you're doing tonight. You don't have any choice. It just makes you think, with actors having bad experiences on set and then coming out and the finished product isn't all that good, it could turn other actors away. There could be another actor who is, a bad experience with Marvel film. Which
it just, for me, it feeds that unrealistic thing of like, superhero films aren't cinema, but it's like, okay, how are they not? They can be some that are just dumb fun, and there can be some that are really deep and great,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not. It's all this is going to do is just.
Do you want to take? Do you want to take that? I think you're probably going to disagree with me on.
Go on.
But I think James Gunn's The Suicide Squad is dumb fun at its best. At its finest. Yeah, there's some emotional beats in there as well. But
I don't think it. Well, I get what you're saying. I disagree in the sense of like I don't think it's all that dumb. It's a little out there, outlandish, but it breaks the boundaries a little bit.
Yeah.
It's, it kind of cracks the mold, which I'm fine with, and I love that film. I love that film. I prefer it over the first one, absolutely.
Who don't? Only wrong.
I mean. Yeah, I mean, if you like the first one, you're wrong. But yeah, the second one is amazing, and it was such a nice little treat. I know we saw it a couple of times in the cinema, and I still just it's one of those films I can go back and rewatch and enjoy. It's like Shang-Chi. I can just go back and rewatch. It's such a great time.
Yeah, so, no, definitely.
Yeah.
But then you get films like, that you're saying, our cinema, The Batman, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Logan. They're my top 3 comic book films right there. That is cinema.
Yeah, especially Logan.
Yeah, you can't say.
I watched that the other night. Fuck. Oh,
I'm gonna watch it because we're gonna do a reviews thing leading up to Deadpool, and we're gonna go through all the Fox X-Men films. But yeah, I will be watching it again.
But yeah, no, like I say, this just doesn't. It's like Sony are hurting. It's like Sony are saying, making this film because it's clear that they don't give a shit. They purposely did not give this movie enough money. They reused a shot from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2. Yeah, the marketing in the, even for Morbius, the marketing and all the set leaks and all that shit never come to fruition. Like, the Spider-Man tie-ins, it's like, oh yeah, it's going to have all these tie-ins and shit like that. And then you watch the film and there's not a single reference. I mean, well, there's like one, but it's like, it says Daily Bugle on a newspaper somewhere. That's it, And they don't even say Peter's name, which, fair enough, it's probably a legal thing that they can't do that because they have a contract with obviously Marvel Studios. But again, it's just fucking weird, and it's like, oh, we're trying to hurt the MCU in a way. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but
I don't think it's intentional. I think it's.
I don't think it's intentional. But if it is, it's a pretty fucking stupid thing because they're hurting themselves as well.
Yeah, no, they are, and
like they've just broken all trust when it comes to live action adaptations of anything Marvel now.
And
when it comes to Sony.
Let's be fair, Marvel hasn't done a lot for their reputation as of late as well. We're stuff like the Marvels.
Yeah, no, of course, but at least there's a track record of good films.
Yeah, Marvel is like at the moment. Then to be fair, Marvel used to be, and now it's.
Yeah, I agree. With Sony ones, it's kind of like, yeah, I enjoyed Venom 1. Venom 2's fine, I guess. Obviously, Morbius was just horrible in kind of a fun way, in a memeable way, but that's it.
But you've got the Morbius hot toy?
This was fucking shit. And then obviously you've got Kraven, which it looks fucking stupid. Like, the trailers just don't do it for me. Like, it looks worse than Madam Web, because Madam Web at least had like something a little bit intriguing. It tries to do something a bit different. But this Kraven the Hunter just looks awful.
Yeah.
It looks like a really early 2000s, movie with some shitty CGI.
So yeah, no. But I think this is what we need to go back to. Sony really needs to think about what they're doing. They need to. I don't see why they couldn't go to Marvel Studios and say, "Can we make a small, not Madam Web, no." Changing or all like that, universe breaking. Let's make a small.
Or just work with them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can we make a small Kraven the Hunter film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Of course, we just want to lay the foundation for this character, and then possibly use him later down the line in one of the Spider-Man films. And then Marvel would go, "That's a fucking shit idea." No.
Probably why they broke out and made the film themselves,
Yeah, but to be fair, at the end of the day, it's their property. It's just they are harming other properties while they're
harming themselves and other properties, which I don't understand why they keep doing this. It's like, ooh, people like Marvel movies and people like villains and it's edgy. I feel like ever since the Joker came out, and obviously that did very, very well. Critically, it's a bit hit and miss, with who, depending on who you speak to. But it's like Sony want to recreate that success in a sense, and they keep trying. And they did it for Black Adam on the DC side of things, and that fucking fell.
Didn't...
So it doesn't work.
I'm pretty sure Venom came out before Joker.
No, I know, but I'm saying it's like they had a bit of success with Venom. They saw that, Joker obviously got success. So it's like, let's make more. Let's do this. This is working. It's not working. Venom 2, critically, is okay. No disrespect to Andy Serkis. He's a phenomenal actor and he's great with all effects and things like that. And, Carnage looks really cool. But Venom 2 isn't anything groundbreaking or anything that stands out. It's a bit of a forgettable film, I'll be honest. Even with the star power that you have in that movie. And then obviously with Morbius, again, you've got some great star power with Jared Leto. Shit on him if you will. I don't care. I think he's great.
I heard he likes that.
What? Oh, Jesus Christ. But, yeah, that flopped and that was horrible. This is coming out. Well, this has come out and it's horrible. And no one likes it. It didn't make any money. And then you're doing Kraven. Like, they're not even giving this time to breathe. Like, they've already shot Kraven and released Madam Web. They didn't take into account the effect of, like, oh, is this working? It's like, nope, Venom 1 did really well. Joker did really well. Let's just fucking ride that horse. And it's just kind of fallen dead.
Let's just ride that horse.
Yeah, they need to stop this. Like, Kraven needs to be the last one.
And I think it will be. For a while, at least. And then I think they're going to go, well, no, there's Venom 3, isn't there? After that. So, I don't think they've got anything in the pipeline, though. Have they got that El Muerto?
That's getting cancelled.
And Bad Bunny's no longer attached to it. Which somehow, a film which I didn't think could get any worse, so somehow kind of makes it worse, even if Bad Bunny won't even do it. So.
Yeah, this is going to be fucking horrendous if they ever do that film. Again, no disrespect to the character or anything like that, but it's one of those things. It's not going to be a good film because it's Sony doing it, and look at their track record. It's terrible. Let's say their track record of recent years. Even with The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which it's a pretty bad film.
Well, that's a good way to judge it. Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out 10 years ago. So let's look at the past 10 years of Sony. Amazing Spider-Man 2.
It's okay moments. Andrew and obviously Emma was great, but that's it.
Spider-Man Homecoming in collaboration with Marvel Studios. Thumbs up. Venom. Alright. Spider-Man Far From Home in collaboration with Marvel Studios. I like this more than most people, so what would you say? I'm not going to speak on this. Yeah. Good film. Solid good film.
Solid film, yeah, easy.
Yeah. Morbius.
For the memes, it's definitely...
Yeah.
Yeah, anything else?
Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah. I feel like one of those, like, is it one of those Roman emperors when they're at the thing and it's like... Yeah.
Madam Web. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And Spider-Man, which I still believe, I don't know, it might not be anymore. I always have to check in on you. Spider-Man, No Way Home, Kyle's favourite film of all time.
In collaboration with
Marvel Studios. So, yeah. They haven't done too hot on their own, apart from the Spider-Verse films.
But, with that being said, there's the factor of the guys behind, making the Spider-Verse films love it. And they're excellent. They're the best. They're the best at what they do. So it's like no surprise.
I think truly we got in a bit of luck with this. Is Marvel, Sony just threw some money at them. It's like, yeah, make an animated Spider-Man film. Why not? we might be able to get some profit on it. We might not. So they were probably just truly left alone in that creative process.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, oh, shit, and now they can't be touched because it's like, well, no, don't get involved because you didn't last time. And that's where the success came from.
I'm so excited to be on the Spider-Verse, though. Really over the moon for it.
Hell yeah. Right, we're going to wrap this shit up.
Let's do it.
Anything you want to add before we go, Kyle?
No.
All right. Anything I want to add? Ask me, please.
No.
Funny you ask, Kyle. There's one thing I want to add.
I didn't.
And just ask, and then I can set up this. I've set up this joke since the beginning of the show. You just need to ask, and then I can say the punchline.
Got anything you want to add, Callum?
No.
Breathing intensifies.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Nice. Right. We never know how to finish these things, so Kyle, take us home. That's fucking worse than me, mate. That you're right.
You could have just ended it midway through going,
He didn't make the noise, that's why I didn't. It only came through a little bit then.
Oh,
you just
made...
Yeah, I've still not ended it there. I'm gonna
You could have done
it. Like, subscribe, share, and like, and we will see you guys in the next video.
Oh no.